Here's Joseph Talamo the third. Said he's going to win 10 races in a row. First rider to do it.
Man, I need a real race home.
Yeah, right. Excuse me, Mr. Pink Eye.
Not that we're trying to stalk anybody, but I'm pretty sure I just saw Lafitte Pink Eye go into the AMP. And I think I know why. That Powerball is at 550 million, so I bet you he's buying a couple. Let's wait and see. Lafitte!
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Nice to see you.
We was following you. I figured
yeah? Okay.
You got some Powerball tickets?
Yeah. No, I got some candy over here.
4 Powerball tickets he got. I saw it. He said he didn't have them. He got some. I don't blame him. Here we go. 2019 year in review.
Hey, Joseph. Better turn her around.
The town that I grew up in was Marrero, Louisiana. And it's pretty much a suburb of New Orleans, but we actually had horses in our backyard, which is kind of unheard of. It kind of got like grandfathered in from over the years. So that's really where I learned how to ride in our backyard growing up as a kid.
You got it? What?
I was pretty crazy. I'm actually surprised. I actually never broke a bone as a kid growing up, which is astonishing because I would swing up, grab the mane, swing up, and then the horse would take off like it was out of a starting gate. And I was just on bareback, biggest smile on my face. I don't think I would do that right now, but as a kid, that's all I ever knew.
He's gonna be a Chippendale dancing on his Jeep. Look at this boy dance, man.
Growing up, I had to pretty much work for everything. You know, my parents never did really make a lot of money, but they always seemed to give us, not whatever we wanted, but, we definitely had a great childhood growing up. And I mean, they instilled in us, me and my sister at a very young age, you have to work for everything that you get. And that's really been how my career has been my whole life. I felt like, I've put in a lot of hard work, but success has come with that. I think I was about 6 or 7 when I first went to the fairgrounds with my dad. I just fell in love with him. I mean, there was horses everywhere. Right on the other side was Dallas Stewart. He had a red Corvette, I remember. So I walked up to him. I said, "Man, can I sit in that? I want to get one of those one day." And he said, "Oh, you'll probably be a jockey. You could have 2 or 3 of them." I'm like, "Oh, that sounds good to me." I started at Louisiana Downs, May of 2006. Then I started at the fairgrounds, rode there the whole meeting, and came out to California. It was actually Bobby Frankel's decision when the fairgrounds ended. I remember there was a lot of jockeys in California that were going to Dubai. So Bobby Frankel wanted me to come out for the weekend just to try it out, see how I liked it. So we came out to California. I ended up winning like 3 or 4 that weekend. Weather was perfect. It was like 80, 85 degrees. So after the race of Sunday, we flew to New York. It was freezing cold. It was 34, 35 with sleet and rain. And we did pretty good. I think we won 3, 4, 5 races, but I'm like, man, I really like that California weather. So literally that, I think after the 3rd or 4th day of riding, we just packed up and came back out here to California, and I've been there since. Yeah, this is it right here. It's pretty sweet, man. You get the breeze all day long, and the beach is right there. You could go for a jog whenever you want, or go lay out, swim. It's pretty cool. A lot of fun here. We're going to college, not for school though. We're going to run some stairs. It's the only time I've going back to school. And it's raining a little bit, so it should be fun now. Sometimes I listen to music. Depends on the mood I'm in. I have Journey, Blake Shelton, Luke Bryan, Billy Joel, Frankie Valli, Dean Martin, Sam Cooke, The Temptations, a little Flow Rider. I mean, I listen to pretty much everything. Say we skip the stairs and just go to Chick-fil-A. I'll start on this one. Go up, down, jog over, up, down. So it's 6 flights. I think it's like 60 to 75 a piece. Ooh, start with a little shaggy. There we go. At first it's fun, and after like midway, it's like, why did I do this? Oh, this rain feels good. The first set's pretty good, but when you do the second set of 6, it's a lot tougher, and sometimes we do 3. Oh. Ah. That sucked. All right, we're done. After that last stair, you're pretty exhausted, but once you catch your breath, I feel pretty good, and I mean it really helps your endurance a lot, and it'll make you blow. It'll definitely make you blow. But like I said, once you do that a bit, you're pretty good. It makes pushing a horse easy after doing this. Who wants Chick-fil-A?
Mucho Gusto, impressive in victory, cruises home.
Mucho Gusto does not disappoint in the Bob Lewis. He comes home a winner under Joe Talamo.
Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert sending Mucho Gusto to Sunland Park, hoping to punch his ticket for the Kentucky Derby.
What's good about Mucho Gusto, he's really blossomed in his last few races. And he's a horse, talking about a good horse, he has gears. So when you chirp to him or nudge him, he goes and then he comes right back to you and then he'll go again. I mean, that's what good horses do. I remember years and years ago, I actually was riding a little bit for Bob, and it was pretty intimidating. I mean, when you think of Bob Baffert, I mean, he's achieved just about anything and everything you could in horse racing as a trainer. This past summer, my Delmar meet was starting off a little slow, and he was actually one of the first ones to start giving me opportunities, and it just clicked. But at the same time, and I think for Drayton as well, we know what he wants, you know, in a workout. We have our earpiece radios on. I mean, when he tells us to go, you know, a minute and change, I mean, we're expected of ourselves to make that happen, and almost makes it to where the races are almost easier. You know, you put in all that hard work in the morning, and we know our horses so well in the afternoon. That's the fun part. That's when you rock and roll. But he makes it pretty fun. I mean, he's always kidding around with us. I can't say some of the stuff he says, but it's a fun working relationship for sure.
You know what, I think physically, I think he's changed. He's starting to grow a little bit, starting to fill out. He was a late maturing horse. I actually left it up to Joe Talamo. I said, Joe, this is your chance to move it up.
Yeah, I mean, we have 24 points right now. I'll probably watch the leaderboard pretty good coming up there, just to, not only for Mucho Gusto, but just to see what are the live horses going in. It seems like a very open year this year. Getting them out in the Kentucky Derby is very, very hard. I know for a lot of fans that watch it closely, and you see a lot of jockeys year after year getting mounts, and a lot of trainers year after year running in. I mean, that's actually pretty rare. It's not like in football where there's so many teams, baseball there's so many teams, basketball there's so many teams. I mean, you're talking hundreds, if not thousands of jockeys, you know, vying for only 20 spots. So, I mean, if you're fortunate to get in there, you're pretty lucky year after year. Yeah, I've been fortunate to ride in the Kentucky Derby twice, once with Sydney's Canyon in 2009 and War Story in 2016. So it's kind of a big gap there. It's one of those things you want to be a part of, but when you're not a part of it, it's hard to, you know, watch everybody moving up towards it just because you want to be a part of that, you know. But when When you watch that race and you see the winner, the winning owner, jockey, trainer, how happy they are, and you can tell it's almost like an out-of-body experience. I mean, it just makes you want to be there even more. When I was going to ride my first Derby with I Want Revenge, it was, you know, looking back, I'm glad I was so young because it was just like, everything happened so fast. Really, that whole year, we were just so high on them. And to go from being that high to that low, it was almost, I don't know. So it's still hard to explain, really, what was going through my mind. I mean, obviously, there was so much disappointment.
We just felt in the best interest of the horse we're not going to run.
You know, when I heard the news this morning, I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty, you know, I'm just glad the horse is okay. You know, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. It's just like a gut check. I mean, you hope they're kidding with you, really, and then when you find out, it's just, it's really hard for something like that to sink in, because again, he was doing so good, not a nick on him, and then to have an injury like that, it's just like, it's kind of a whirlwind. I don't know why, but at a very young age riding, I was able to kind of stay level-headed, and believe me, I think when I was younger, I was doing a lot better winning-wise than I am now, and I never did get too high, but at the same time, when the lows would come, I never got too low, and I think, as a jockey as well, I think that's very important to stay even.
Welcome to Santa Anita. We have waited about a month to be able to say that to you at home. Very pleased to be back here.
Yeah, happy reopening. Some are calling it a rebirth, but it's a beautiful day here. The track is in amazing shape. It's very
I mean,
good.
talk about adversity. I've never been through anything like this personally, that, you know, not racing for a whole month and everything. I mean, I think there was a few people not knowing if we would ever race here again at Santa Anita with all that was going on, and it was weird. I mean, I love California racing. I love Santa Anita. Me and my family live a mile away. I mean, the last thing I want to have to do is move. But I mean, not only myself, I think that crossed everyone's mind. You know, where we're going to be next month, what's going to happen. It was crazy times. But I mean, at the same time, I'm glad, I'm fortunate to where I was in a position where I just kept working and just take kind of a wait and see approach instead of just hurry up, packing up and moving. And fortunately, as we speak for now, everything's going pretty smoothly. So hopefully it stays that way. It sounds weird. I mean, I've kind of had worse than that. I mean, it's not like I got hurt or my family got hurt. I mean, definitely with all that time off, I got to spend a lot more time with my family. Even though it's a lot of hard work, it was definitely good watching them run around and stuff.
This is Happy Easter, babe.
Yeah, so for Easter after the races, Drayden and his girlfriend and Mike came over for a little barbecue. We did some steaks, had a good time, did some flips on the trampoline. It's always fun when everyone gets together after the races because you're in a different scene, kind of laid back with everybody, you know, talking about stuff that's not horse racing related. So that's always a fun time. There he is. Look, he's waving. That's so cute. That's his favorite person in the world. And my little son Vincent absolutely loves him for some reason. That's like, I think he likes him more than me. Dada's over here. He like doesn't want to leave him. It's so funny. He just wants to like hang out with him the whole time. I'm like, that's fine with me. Come babysit anytime. You want Drayden to sit there? Yeah? So you don't want me to sit there? Nah. Yeah, so one time Drayden had a horse stumble out the gate and he fell off. We had TVG on because my little son Vincent, he likes watching that more than Sesame Street. And Drayden fell and Elizabeth said, uh-oh, and it was Drayden, so he started calling him that, and it stuck. That's his name, uh-oh. Ooh, if you find cash, give it to Dada.
Happy Derby Day, everybody.
We are about 20 minutes away from the Kentucky Derby.
This is what it's all about. Every single horseman on the planet, this is where they want to be on the first Saturday in May.
What do you like, Simon? Maximum security. Maximum security. Yeah, so Mucho Gusto didn't make it to the Derby this year, and it is disappointing, but I mean, I definitely had the opportunity, so I'm definitely not sad about that. I'm glad I was at least in a position to get there, but I mean, that's kind of how it goes in this game.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby.
God, that horse has his ears straight up. Maximum security.
Maximum security, so dead game.
Wow. Flavian ran second, huh? Time to get to work now. There's an objection?
You could see that clearly Maximum Security comes out badly in the turn, and he makes contact and affects several horses.
He should be fine. It looked like that horse just ducked out from a puddle on the track or something. I don't think it's bad. I can't see him changing anything.
There has been a disqualification in the Kentucky Derby for the first time in history.
Yeah, now I gotta guess. It's funny, unlike any other sport, you can try and set goals and work towards something, and a lot of things have to play out for everything to come to fruition. So, I just kind of have that mentality to where I'm gonna just work as hard as I can, not only on the track, but off the track.
Slam it hard.
I work out every single day. I go to work every single day. Wake up at 5:30. Rarely do I sleep in, and that can all be for nothing. You know, I'm not leading rider right now or anything, but to me, I work as hard as anyone. It gets the job done. Open 24/7, except Christmas and holidays. Daniel's fun. We always have a good time, but he kicks my butt. He takes it to me a lot. That's why I like him. That's why I don't like him too. After that, I'm dumb enough to stick around, and then we do some hand pads just to make me sweat even more.
Let's have you do this one. Knee, elbow, back and forth. We'll go 1 minute rounds.
Benito. The reason I do work hard and the reason I do work out so hard is when I do get that opportunity, I don't want to ever look back and say, what if, when I'm in that position. So that's why I do what I do, and when I do get the chances, I'll be ready for it. That's a day in the life. Now we'll go get margaritas.
How did the horse work the other day, Mucho Gusto, up there?
Really good. Actually, one of his better works.
Good.
So he's ready to go.
Okay. Travel to go back there, we're good. You're leaving here Friday night.
Yeah.
At what time?
My flight's at 9.
Okay. How you getting there? You driving your car and just parking?
I thought you were driving me.
Well, I don't do that. But...
I was going to get Uber, but it's like $32. I'd rather save that.
Just get Uber. So, listen, with 3 days a week racing and 4 days, 5 here, but 4 days. I've done this a long time, but I was thinking of maybe getting possibly getting a little raise.
Huh.
What do you think?
We can
just
do
a
that.
little something. It doesn't have to be much.
I'm paying you 25%?
Yes, sir.
Here's your raise. Just step on that. Did that raise you up enough?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
No, give me the $1 back.
Do you want to help me with the car wash?
I tell you what, if you give me 100, I'll wash it.
Serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty dirty. All right, once I get that coupon, we're going.
I'm drawing myself. I hope I don't get too light. It's so funny. We were just talking about breakfast. Yeah. You want to go with us? I said we go to breakfast and either you or Scotty buy. Well, all right. Y'all could flip a coin. How about that?
Joe, I think it's your turn.
No. I love it. Went from one beach to the other. Delmore to Monmouth. Oh, look at a four-wheel. I wonder if we could go do that.
Looks like a lifeguard.
Oh yeah.
Ready for a hot dog?
Yeah, let's go to Max's. I need some good luck. Yeah, Mucho Gusto ran in the Haskell Invitational this summer, and that was such a great trip. Elizabeth was able to meet me there, along with some really good friends of ours, Ryan and Kayla Dopel, and that was quite a day. We went to a place called Max's for some hot dogs, which apparently I guess it's really good luck when Bob goes there. So I thought I'd try and bring us some luck that day. And it was some pretty good hot dogs. How you doing? We're ready for some hot dogs. Starving. So what does Bob Baffert normally order?
The classic.
Ketchup, mustard, classic with ketchup, mustard, and milk.
And he wins the Haskell every time he gets there, right?
Yes.
I love it. We'll take 4 of them. How many y'all cook a day, you think?
Maybe more than 500.
500? Man, no wonder they're famous.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. I didn't know.
What is that? No, I just want half. No, I can't eat all this. That's crazy.
Wow.
Hold on.
And we got mustard relish.
This is a jockey size, so.
That's the jockey size.
Yeah, I was imagining like mimosas and a nice brunch, but
I will.
Oh, the pressure's on. He said, win for fun now.
Come on, baby.
If this works, I'm getting them shipped to California and I'm eating them every day for breakfast. I swear.
Just getting an announcement here from track announcer Frank Mermati that Monmouth Park will run an abbreviated card for the rest of the day. The TVG.com Haskell will conclude the card with now a revised post time of 8:05 p.m.
That day was a really hot day. I think they ran 1 or 2 races before, and they decided for the well-being of the horses to cancel the races till later on in the day when it would cool off a little more. So we went to a lunch place, and lo and behold, the Jersey Shore show reunion was there. How often do you go to New Jersey and see the Jersey Shore cast? So that was a pretty cool trip to have all of that. And that one day seemed like it was spread across 2 or 3 days with all of that stuff happening.
That's Joey. Who is it? Joey Talamo.
Joel Rosario.
Get out of there. You're riding the horse.
Yeah.
We had a big... Oh, this is perfect.
Well, Joe, you flew in earlier this morning to Newark Airport at 5:30 a.m. 14 hours later, you are here getting ready to ride the Haskell.
I'm excited. I mean, it's my first Haskell. I haven't ridden here since '07, so I'm real excited about that. And I know he's training unbelievable, so I'm just really looking forward to it.
Maximum Security has won the TVG.com Haskell Invitational over a stubborn foe in Mucho Gusto.
Turner for home, he got right heads up with him, and even in defeat, he always runs really hard and always tries his best. And that's about all you can ask for. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
You really ran hard. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. All right, guys, get ready. Jockey karaoke next week. Us 4 and Drayden Van Dyke are going to sing any one of 4 songs that we put up for you guys. Preferably, Drayden would like to do on the Spice Girls. He's actually took off at the races today to practice for it. But you guys pick and we'll sing it, and we'll do our best. And plus, this is a big plus, we're sponsored by Tito's, Belvedere, Jose Cuervo, Jim Beam, and Jack Daniels. Y'all got, I'm sorry, just Tito's, but y'all got absolutely no shot this year. Sambita, let's sing it. Let's sing it for TVG. Ready? 1, 2. No. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I got the horses in the back.
There's going to be a spotlight on this door. We're going to play a song. When I start introing you, stand in the line like this, like you're giving them all high fives when they come in. Last year, the West Coast reigning champion of Riders on West,
I hope the table's sturdy. I tested it, but I think it's good enough to hold my leg. right when they're done, we're all gonna get dressed and get ready and practice. Wanna be a fool for you? Just another player in your game for two. Sound crazy, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye. We got it.
Sorry.
Way too hot. We all need earrings.
Yeah.
Hey, serious sexy look. Don't smile. Oh, I'm like this. Hold on. Y'all ready? I'm doing this tonight. You're probably gonna start a fight. I know this can't be right. Hey, baby, come on. I know that I can't take no more. It ain't no lie. I wanna see you out that door, baby. Bye, 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 bye. Don't wanna be a fool for you. I just wanna tell you that I had enough. Might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye.
Joe Talamo is freaking Justin Timberlake all up in this.
Finally, these four riders figured out how to finish in front of Mike Smith. You put him in the back row. How do you put Mike Smith in the back row of your act?
I'm sorry, guys. We gotta go. Bye, bye, bye. Delmar this summer was really good down there. I won a few stakes there. My parents flew out from New Orleans.
We're still scared, but we're still motivated. That's how he feeds his family now, you know. Look at you.
Not so much during the race, right? It's when he goes out the gate. I want him to be safe, and all the riders.
Everybody.
It's always fun having my parents out here because they don't come too often, probably 2-3 times a year. So, and not all the time do I win when they come out. So that was pretty nice.
We get to watch him on Good TVG for a long time
that's
now.
Right. So he decided he was going to be a rider, I guess, about 8, 9 years old. So Robbie Alvarado gave him a whip. And he put whip marks on her sofa. Stand up there. Robbie gave him those pants. So he says, man, I need to practice if I'm going to be a rider. You ever had a 10-year-old tell you something like that? We owe everything to these horses. They helped me raise both of my children. They made us. They really did.
Homeward bound, Mr. Vargas finds more. Vargas, huge performance today. Mr. Vargas and Joe Talamo win powerfully.
Got it. Got it. How about that? He's mad because Drayden didn't win. I had the exactly the other way. Give him that piece of foam. There you go.
Again, this summer in Delmar, it seemed like I had a lot of good chances to have about maybe 4, 5, 6 Breeders' Cup horses, and right now I don't know if I have any really. And I'll be watching either at home or in the Jockstrom after I ride a couple races that day, and you know that's how it goes sometimes. You know, of course you want to ride in all of those races and have, you know, an opportunity or at least a chance to compete and maybe win those races, but there's only so many races you can ride in that day, and if you don't get the chance, I mean, there's really not much you can do except just keep waking up, working hard, and hopefully you can get there next year.
Here's something we're just learning. Joe Talamo, after many years, will be moving his tack to Oaklawn Park in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
I think it was November of Delmar, actually a little bit before that, when I started contemplating about maybe making a move back east. A lot of us, we would average 4, 5, 6 mounts a day. There was 4 or 5 days of racing. Now it's 3, 4 days of racing, and we're averaging 1 or 2 a day, sometimes 3, which is that's pretty low for us, especially if you're not riding really live horses. I mean, it's really tough to compete at a high level riding those few horses and not getting good opportunities. I can remember all the time. I'm like, man, I love it in California so much. I'm just gonna retire out here and that's it. And then as the opportunities started dwindling down, I mean, it really became a choice of stick it out and retire at 30 or go back and do something. And then one day I just came home and I'm like, man, we got to go. It was almost a relief for both of us. It's something new. I think change can be good for a lot of reasons. And I think it will be. I mean, Oaklawn, for one thing, the purses are astronomical, and it just seems like their growth is just getting started as far as like really good horses running there, really good stables running there. So I mean, even if you don't ride the favorite, if you ride the second, third, fourth, fifth choice, I mean, you have a pretty good shot. If you're riding that here, I mean, that's not too good. And if you ride the fifth choice in a 5-horse field, that's not that good. I still feel like I have a lot of gas left in the tank. Even if I do it another 10 years, I feel like I can get a lot done.
Joe Talamo has been sitting on career win 2000 for quite some time. We thought it would be today. In the Clark, it would have been fitting at the stakes level. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait for that milestone.
I don't like to look at standings whatsoever or numbers. I just like to, go out and ride. And it's funny, when I was, I think, 7 or 8 away from 2000, Scotty told me that. He's like, man, you're only 7 away from 2000. I'm like, really? No. Like, man, I wish you wouldn't have told me that. Here comes the bad luck. And sure enough, we were like 0 for 20-something.
Welcome back to Trackside Live. We are on site at Los Alamitos. And coming up in the next race, jockey Joe Talamo. He rides the favorite in this upcoming event, and we have continued to track the story of Joe Talamo here in recent weeks. His quest for his 2000th career victory. He rides the heavy favorite here in this spot. His family is on hand as we all root on Joe Talamo, a young man that we've seen grow up just before our eyes here in Southern California.
Fracas leads narrowly from Rattle on the inside, and Rizzy's Honours chiming in for Talamo.
Say, come on, Dad. Come on, Joe.
It's a milestone moment as Rizzy's Honours gives Joe Talamo his 2000th career victory.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So Talamo does it, career win number 2000, and as his family looks on and celebrates this career milestone.
Have the whole family out here. You grew up in the industry. It is how you guys met. Obviously, taking the next step in the career, making the move. How are you feeling in approach to that?
We're excited. We're almost all packed up, so it's going to be a fun adventure. It's the perfect age for them, and we're really excited.
I was actually really glad I was able to do it out here in California, where I've won most of my races out here and enjoyed a lot of success. So that made it even sweeter.
Hey Joe, I got this, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Mother. Have fun cleaning this, Chief.
Here shows
Hello. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. They're a little wet right now. Tyler got it. No, thank you, Joe. No, I appreciate it. Glad I got it out here.
A couple of longtime fixtures in Southern California are going to be leaving us to ride elsewhere after today. They both ride the last race. Tyler Bays rides the last. He's leaving tomorrow morning. And Ron, I know your son-in-law, you're taking him to the airport tonight. Joe's shipping out.
Yeah, Joe, he is taking the red eye out tonight so he can get a good start there at Oaklawn. He wants to meet some of the people.
Hey, Joe, that's your last day, buddy.
Last day. Last day.
Safe ride, Joe.
Thank you.
I wish you the best. Wherever you go. Okay?
I got a present for Flavian. This is what he wore for the Jockey karaoke for NSYNC. I gotta give it to him for the last day. Oh, I'm gonna miss that Pasoli Sal makes.
There you go, brother.
Please. Here we go. I'll get you a ticket.
What's up? Hey, Joe. Scotty, come here, baby. Come here, man. Oh, I love you.
You know what?
Here we go. Hi, Ronaldo.
Probably be last or close to it. Yeah, just drop over right away and let him go along there. And then see if he can get lucky. I mean, he needs a 1 1/8 or 1 1/4.
There's 11.
For second, mystery messenger, you must chill. Go for a ride and single me out. Completes this.
All good? Hey.
Oh, they're straight in. They're straight in.
We're straight in. There's it. Oh. You're the man.
Yeah, I mean, me and Scotty had a really great working relationship. It's gonna be a little different without him. I mean, he was almost like an uncle to me, you know, because he's watched me grown from, you know, a kid when he got me at 17 till, you know, an adult, well, almost adult at 30. It's funny, you never know how life is. I always thought I would retire with him out here, but he was definitely supportive and very happy for me.
So, all right, you got your long underwear, and you got your turtlenecks, and you got your heavy jackets.
I got 10 pairs of gloves.
All right.
Insulated jockey gear.
Did you have any extra sunscreen you're not going to need?
Yeah, we got a lot of that. We got towels and beach chairs for you if you want. They got my name on it. So I don't
Serious?
know.
Well, that's all right. And I can't let you leave without getting that check, Joe.
You gonna miss those blue checks?
Am I?
Blue ends? Huh?
Am I? It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna miss you.
Nah, I'm gonna miss you too. You'll get somebody good. Don't worry.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it started a new year. It's almost like a new life for me and my family, you know. I just want to do what I did here, if not more, you know, just do what I do best. Work hard, stay as fit as possible, mentally stay good, and I think the rest will come, you know. I mean, hopefully, you know, I could ride for some good outfits back there, get some good opportunities, and hopefully the rest will fall in place. To me, a home is where your you know, wife and kids are, you know. So whether that's California, Arkansas, Kentucky, you know, wherever your family is, I think that's a good home, because I mean, Louisiana is going to always be home to me, where I grew up. California is still going to be a home where, you know, me, my wife, and kids were, and I raised in. You know, we're going to make a home at a new spot now. You know, life throws you a little curveball every now and then, and you can either hit it or not hit it, you know. So I decided to hit it, and hopefully it's a home run.